Welcome to Module 2 of the Rich in Progress organogram, Income and Growth. This is the first branch. By the end of this module, you will be able to understand the mindset and principles behind increasing one's earning ability. That's number one. Number two, you'll be able to identify and evaluate the 5 major streams of income. You will learn practical ways to multiply income without burning out. You would also recognize how skill development and self-investment can create long-term financial independence. You'll be able to build a personal income growth plan which are aligned with your talents and goals. The man who seeketh to learn more of his craft shall be richly rewarded, states the richest man in Babylon. So welcome to Rich in Progress. With this module, we will begin with the first branch of your financial tree, which is income and growth, the foundation of every other pillar. Without income, there's nothing to budget, there's nothing to save or invest. But increasing income isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter and expanding your value. Most people focus on earning more money, but the rich focus on becoming more valuable. That's the difference. The goal of this module is to show you what to do exactly to become the kind of person whose skills and mindset attract income naturally. In The Richest Man in Babylon, our card teaches that wealth begins with your ability to earn. It is not through luck or inheritance, it begins through discipline, learning, and service. To attract good luck to oneself, it is necessary to take opportunities that are around you. In other words, when opportunity comes, skill and preparation must already be in place. We don't rise to the level of opportunity, we rise to the level of our preparation. To increase your ability to earn, you must, number one, learn more of your craft. 2, expand your usefulness. 3, you must serve more people or solve bigger problems. Wealth doesn't chase need, it chases value. So our focus in this module is not just how to make money, but how to multiply your value. If you have a look at the Rich in Progress organogram, under the first branch, income and growth, it shows the 5 pillars of income. It is employment, that's if you have a salary, business and side hustles, passive income, skill development, and career strategy. What we do right now is to break them one by one so that you can have an understanding of each of the pillar of the streams of income. The first is employment. This is the starting point of the Rich in Progress journey. The man who seeks to learn more of his craft shall be richly rewarded, states the richest man in Babylon. Every financial journey begins somewhere, and for most people, that begins as an employment or a 9-to-5 job. It might not feel like the dream job, but it's the seed bed of your financial tree. Think of your salaries as a bag of seeds. You can either eat them all or plant some so that it can grow. Every financial journey begins somewhere, and for most people, that beginning is employment. I mean the 9-to-5 job. It might not feel like the dream thing, but it's the seed bed of your financial tree. Each paycheck is a choice, consumption or cultivation. You can choose to live only for survival or use that income as a foundation for freedom. That's why we call employment the starting point of the Rich in Progress journey. It's the first opportunity to learn structure, rhythm, and consistency. But here's the big warning: it's not your destination. It's the first step, the nursery for your financial growth. There is a concept called human capital theory, which was stated by Gary Becker in 1964. It teaches that your education, training, and experience are your true capital. Every new skill, every certificate, every training session you complete, it increases your economic value. So even when the pay feels low, you are earning something more valuable than money. You are building future earning capacity. As Rich Dad Poor Dad Robert Kiyosaki reminds us, he said, don't work for money, work to learn. Employment is your training ground. It's your financial apprenticeship, if we can say that. You have to learn the systems, understand people, observe management. Every insight can one day help you run your own business and lead others. Your job is like a classroom. If you see it this way, you are making progress in the job you are at right now. One thing you need to be aware is the trap of the 9 to 5. There is a big danger that comes from a job that gives you stability. It becomes your cage. You start earning, but your expenses grow to match it. You get comfortable, then you stop learning, and without realizing it, you become dependent. You've probably heard the saying, job stands for just over broke, JOB. This phrase was made popular by the motivational speaker Les Brown. It captures the feeling of many employees earning enough to survive, but never enough to be free. Statistics confirm that in the UK, 63% of adults have less than £1,000 in savings. In the US, 78% of workers live paycheck to paycheck. This means one missed salary, one redundancy, one illness could push most people into crisis. The other reason why there is a 9 to 5 trap is taxation. Employment income is one of the heavily taxed forms of income. In the UK, a worker can lose 20 to 40% of his gross pay to tax and national insurance. By the time your net pay lands, the government have already taken the largest share. That's why people say, I work hard, but I never seem to get ahead. Because the system is structured that way. You are taxed before you touch your pay. So you keep working, you keep running, and the cycle repeats month after month, year after year. You live in a permanent survival loop. You wait for payday, you pay the bills, you breathe for a week, then start the countdown again. This was what Maslow's hierarchy of needs that he wrote in 1943 helps us to understand. Maslow said people move through 5 levels, from survival to safety to belonging, esteem, and then finally self-actualization. Most employees remain stuck in the safety level. The paycheck gives them shelter and food, but they never climb to freedom, creativity, or purpose. Security becomes a trap. It's the same thing that organizational psychologists call job embeddedness. You get tied down by comfort, routine, benefits, or relationship. So you stay, not because you are fulfilled, but because you are afraid to lose stability. You start calling it security, but really, is it security? It's actually stagnation. The right mindset is not to worship your job. A job is a blessing. It's not a birthright. It's a stage. It's not the stage. Having employment gives you a base to build stability and credibility, but don't confuse stability with destiny. Respect your job, yes, but don't worship it. This is where a theory called self-determination comes, proposed by Deci and Ryan. It teaches that humans are motivated by 3 major needs. 1, autonomy, that is freedom over choices. Competence, feeling capable. And the third thing is relatedness, that's the connection and purpose you find in your job. Most job restricts autonomy. You are told where to be, when to show up, and how much you will earn. That's why even successful professionals sometimes feel trapped. Even though they earn a lot of money, they have lost autonomy. Financial independence restores autonomy. When you start saving, investing, and building new income streams, you start regaining choice. And that's the beginning of freedom. Jim Rohn, one of my favorite authors, once said, "Work harder on yourself than you do on your job." Because your job pays for your time, but your personal growth pays for your future. The more you grow, the less you depend. The more valuable you become, the more opportunities find you. Another thing to consider with the employment trap is the pension illusion, the myth of lifelong work. You know that many people still believe that loyalty to one employer guarantees long-term safety. You say, work for 40 years, retire comfortably, but that contract no longer exists. There's something called the psychological contract proposed by Rousseau in 1989. It describes that there's an unspoken expectation between employees and employers that hard work and loyalty would lead to job security and a comfortable retirement. But let me tell you something. Today, that promise is broken. According to the UK Office for National Statistics, the average pension pot is about 146,000. However, to retire comfortably, that is, to be able to spend 30,000 per year, you need 750,000 to 1 million pounds. That's a shocking gap compared to the average 146,000 that most workers depend on. Employment and pension schemes usually fall short. Even worse, while chasing the pension, you spend your youth, energy, and creativity keeping someone else's dream alive. The question you must ask is, will my job reward my loyalty or drain my potential? Here's a simple truth. Your job gives you income, but your vision transforms that income into wealth. So, use your job strategically. Take advantage of your employer pension matching because it's free money while you are working there. But do not rely on it as your only future plan. Use your active years to build skills, to create side incomes, and plant financial seeds that will grow beyond your employer. I would just like to summarize the main takeaways that I have shared. Number one, see your salary as seed money, not survival money. Every paycheck is a planting opportunity. The richest man in Babylon said, "A part of all I earn is mine to keep." This is the point. Pay yourself first. When you earn from your salary, 10% is a start. This 10% is something that you are going to use as a seed to sow into your future, either by investment, savings, or by learning a new skill. Number two, learn while you earn. There's a human capital theory which states that every skill adds value. Leadership, communication, time management, these are all transferable skills that you should learn on the job. On the job, any job you have to learn it so that it can actually create opportunities for you in future. Number three, use your employment as leverage. Your pay slips build your credit history. A stable job can help you qualify for mortgage, for business loans, or investment accounts. Now, turn that leverage into stepping stones. Don't just stay on the job. Number four, avoid golden handcuffs. Promotions and perks feels rewarding, but they can chain you. Be grateful, but not glued. Keep your goals larger than your job. Number five, build a transition plan. Within 3 to 5 years, aim to earn 20 to 30% of your total income from another stream. This can be consulting, online business, freelancing, or other investment. That's how you reduce dependency and regain autonomy. And remember, fear of loss is powerful. There's something called the loss aversion theory proposed by Kahneman and Tversky in 1979. It shows that people value safety more than gain. So you naturally hesitate to risk or start something new. But clarity replaces fear. When you understand your numbers, you make calculated moves, not emotional ones. Your job is not a prison. It is a classroom. It is where you gather your first seeds, where you learn discipline and develop financial character. But don't let the comfort of the 9 to 5 rob you of your 5 to 9 dreams. Use employment as the engine for your next chapter. As the richest man in Babylon teaches, start thy purse to fattening. The purpose of a job is not to make you rich. No, it's to make you ready. You start with employment, but you finish with ownership. This is the first part of the income streams.